For anyone who has existed in a reading slump that just feels like it's never going to get better, for anyone who's been in burnout and just feels like the world is sucking from them, just know there is another side to it, because I have been in burnout for 3 months now and I finally feel like I've got my love of reading back. I finally feel excited to pick up books. I'm finishing a book and wanting to grab another. I'm wanting to participate in events and challenges, and I'm really excited about these things. Now, should I admit that I think I have more seasonal depression than I think I do? Probably. Because the sun started shining and I started being like, let's go read outside, and it's definitely been nice for me to go outside and get some like sunshine in my life. So maybe that plays a little bit into it. And then also June is my birthday month. I turned 29 this year, June 24th, and I'm excited actually. I don't know, growing up has been something that has excited me. I'm not like scared of it. I feel like every year brings on a new adventure. I mean, I bought a house this last year at 28. I'm very excited to see what the year comes, and I just love my birthday and I love life. I don't know, but obviously I'm smiling because I'm excited to talk about books this month. I'm excited to talk about my reading plans. I will be participating in Tarot Readathon for the month of June. This is created by Noelle and Deja. I love both of these channels and I'm very excited. This is one of my favorite readathons that exists on BookTube currently. I will be joining Team Wand this year. Gotta support my girl Jordan. Each card in a tarot deck has a prompt associated with it, and you pull a card and then you read for that prompt. You do not need to have a tarot deck because there are online deck generators, and I will leave the announcement video down below that has all the details. I'm also going to go into a little bit more detail about this at the end because we are going to pull our first cards at the end of this video. But first, I really do want to get into my TBR game. I use Snakes and TBR stacks every single month to pick what I want to read. It just gives me a little bit of direction. It's a pretty easy game. I roll 5 times if I completed my TBR last month, 6 times if I didn't. For like the 6th month in a row, I didn't. And then if I land on a snake, I have to go down the snake and I add another roll to the month. And if I land on a ladder, it's a reward prompt and I'm supposed to go up the ladder, but I tend to forget to go up. But anyways, let's get right into this with roll 1 and let's see what we can get on the TBR, because there are a lot of exciting books that I want to read. Last month we ended on Creature, so we start there this time with roll 1. 2. 1, 2. This one is self-explanatory. The book has to have a blue or green cover. I might shock you all, or maybe I won't shock you with what I'm picking, because like everyone in the world, I watched Off Campus and I fell in love, and I quickly, even before finishing the show, decided to pick up The Deal. I'm currently reading it. I'm about 50% in. I have a couple more days left in the month, and I know I'm gonna finish this one, and I know I'm instantly going to want to go read the sequel, and lucky for me, The Mistake has a blue or green cover. I wasn't expecting to fall so head over heels for these characters so quickly, but really quickly watching the show, I realized I wanted to know more about them. I wanted to see the differences between the show and the adaptation. And personally, I know that it's not canon. I know the show is literally not canon. I can see the changes as I'm reading The Deal. However, I feel like the vibes are correct on both of them. And since I liked the vibes of the show, I ended up liking the vibes of the book as well. And it just is interesting to see like how our characters came to be on the show. I feel like I'm getting more details about them, more information, and I'm having a great time with it. I will say I'm not as excited about the character that The Mistake follows. I know this isn't as fan favorite of a book as well, so I'm a little bit more hesitant about it, but I see a binge coming my way. I see myself going The Deal, The Mistake, The Score, and so on down the binge for a bit until I'm tired. Honestly, I am just really shocked that I'm enjoying this. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting to, but this has been my favorite thing about this year. Even in my slump, I think the things that have really stood out to me this year are these surprises that have come for me. Falling in love with Cassandra Clare and doing that binge, now enjoying The Deal and wanting to know more about all these hockey men, and then also things like Forget Me Not and Not Another Love Song just blowing me out of the water. I feel like I've taken a little bit more chances in my reading this year, and it's really paid off because I'm going outside of my comfort zone, but to things that still feel comfortable, which doesn't make sense, but I don't know. I'm just rambling, but I'm very, very excited to continue on. I'm very excited that I've been enjoying the series so much, and I think it opens a world of more contemporary romance for me, because this will be my first hockey romance, which is hilarious because I dated hockey players. I mean, not good hockey players, not like this level of hockey, but like Nick plays hockey. I used to go to all his games. Okay, on to the next roll, because I will just keep rambling. I think you could just see the excitement. Roll 2. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Object on the cover and vroom down the snake. I did say I wanted to read a lot, so we landed on a snake, so we're gonna add another roll to the end of this. This just means an object takes up a decent amount of room on the front cover. It's like a very prevalent thing on the cover. Very excited to get my hands on this new release coming out, The Anatomy of Magic. I do have an ARC copy, so I'm very excited to read it. This is by Alexis Elminard, who wrote one of my favorite romanticises of all time. The House of Bane and Blood duology is so underrated. It's so criminally underrated, and it was incredible, and this is the same author, so I'm very, very excited to dive into more works from her. This is the only thing I've read from her so far, and The Anatomy of Magic feels like it has a lot of comparisons to what The House of Bane and Blood is going to be. It's an urban setting, it's a little bit more morally gray, things like that, and that's all things that really stood out to me in this. So I feel like if she can make them feel different enough, I'm going to fall head over heels as well. She writes romance like there's no tomorrow. I honestly don't even know what the synopsis of this book is. I'm just excited because I trust this author, because I loved House of Bane and Blood so much. I don't understand how more people don't talk about it, like truly. The synopsis says, enter a world of forbidden magic where falling in love could be the last mistake you ever make. Nina has a dangerous secret, illegal magical abilities she cannot explain. If the city of Velveron's enforcers found her, she would be executed or worse. For years, Nina has stayed in the shadows, picking pockets and smuggling enchanted relics to get by. Then she steals from the wrong man. Max is the most powerful crime boss in the city, cold, deadly, and breathtakingly attractive. Max has his sights set on Nina and nothing will stand in his way, but when Nina is framed for a shocking murder, Max offers to help her find the true killers. She knows she can't trust him, that deals with the devil always come at a cost. But there's no way she can survive on her own. As they follow a trail of bodies into the city's underworld, Nina feels a dangerous attraction pulling her even closer to him. But can she trust her life and her heart to the city's most ruthless criminal? Yes, Nina, you can, and I want to watch you do it. Like, doesn't that just sound absolutely delicious? I'm very, very much excited for this one. Roll 3. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's really interesting to see the prompts that I feel like I land on very often, and creature seems to be one of those. This means that the book has to predominantly have creatures in it in some ways, and I think the perfect pick for this is Rites of the Starling by Devney Perry. This is the sequel to Shield of Sparrows. I want to read this before I lose the hype. As someone who is a marathoner of series, I think something I'm starting to really struggle with is picking up sequels when they come out. I have been reading a lot more new releases, and I find that the second I start to hear not great things about a sequel, and not even not great things, but like someone gives it 4 stars after they gave it 5 stars, I have noticed my want to read them go down because I start to get nervous, like what if it's not the 5-star I want it to be? And the thing is, Shield of Sparrows was only a 4-star for me, so I shouldn't be that nervous because like people are giving it 4 stars. But I'm like, if the people who give it 5 stars are giving it 4 stars, does that mean I'm gonna give it 3 stars? And I notice the more I see those, the less excited I am to pick something up. So I need to be really good at picking up new releases as soon as they come out, but that also is a lot of pressure, and so it's like a balancing act. But I think I'm very excited still to read this, and so I want to read it while the high is still here. I want to know what goes on in this. Maybe I'll end up liking this better too. Like if the people who gave it 5 stars gave it 4 stars, maybe since I didn't give book 1 5 stars, I'll like the changes and the differences a little bit more, and I'll end up giving it 5 stars. And this follows a world where there's like monsters just like in the world. Like there's these really cool creatures that are kind of like a blend of all these creatures we know. It gives a little bit Witcher vibes, but it is a romantasy, and I'm excited to see more of that, more of those creatures and things like that in this world. So I just really feel like it fits this prompt perfectly. Like literally the second I landed on this, I was like, I can't pick anything else. Like this is the only thing that just like fits it so perfectly. Like I could make other things work, but this literally fits it. I also have noticed that I'm a little more hesitant about book 2s lately because I don't love once the couple is in love. I definitely want it to last a little bit longer. I think I want book 1 just to be like the inciting incidents, and then book 2 to be when they fall in love. Sometimes I find once they're in love in book 2, it's just a lot of smut and a lot of like, oh my god, I love you, and it loses a lot of like the fun for me. So I'm just nervous. I've had a decent amount of sequels let me down last month, which is funny because I still have found my love of reading again. But I'm nervous, but I'm also excited and intrigued. And tell me good things. Tell me good things about this to make me more excited to read it, please. Roll 4. Please don't be another 5. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Room. I think I jinxed that one there. I said I didn't want a 5, so it gave me the perfect number to get another snake. So object again. It's looking great. There is a new release that I'm really excited about that I actually like just got in yesterday, and it has a perfect object on the cover, and that's Death's Daughter by S.A. Barnes. I have read the horror books from this author, and I'm very intrigued with what they can do in the romantasy sphere. I'm excited to see how this turns out. I've heard really good things from my friend Deb, who I typically have similar thoughts on like fantasy books with. We don't always line up on romantasy, and we don't always line up 100% either, but I'm normally like within a star. Like if she likes a book, I'm probably going to like a book. I'll leave Deb's channel linked down below. I honestly don't know anything about this. The one thing that has me nervous is it is dark academia, and I love a school setting, but I don't love dark academia. And make that make sense, but they feel different. They feel very different in my brain. I think it's what the school focuses on that feels different. Death has been part of her from the very beginning. This artwork is gorgeous, by the way. Jocasta has carved out a normal life at Beecher University. Well, as normal as it can be when your name is Jocasta and you're the only child of death. And Joe has a good job, great friends, and is trying to get over a secret fling with an unbelievably attractive and unbelievably unavailable grad student, but she's also lonely. No one close to her knows the truth about who or what she is, or that she must feed to survive, and she feeds on them. Their disappointments, failures, and rejections. It's not a perfect system, but it works. Until a handsome stranger and descendant of lust shows up on campus and announces that Death has formally named Joe as his successor. Now she's both a powerful ally and a massive threat, and everyone she loves is a target. But Beecher is the one place that has ever felt like home, and Joe will do anything to protect it, even if it means becoming the very thing she hates. New semester, fresh blood, welcome to the final year at Beecher University. Okay, I know that there was like talk about like death and stuff in there, but that synopsis reads a lot more contemporary than I was personally expecting. Either way, I'm still excited to give this a try. I have this stunning edition from Fairy Loot, and I hope I love it because I'd love to keep this on my shelf, and I just think it's gorgeous. I feel like S.A. Barnes' concepts are always really cool. Even in horror, I've given most of their horror books 3 stars because their concepts are cool. Their execution might not always be, but the concepts always hold it over, so I'm hoping this at least gets a 3-star from me. Like I love reading. I'm so excited to read, and then I pick up a bunch of books that I'm nervous about. But that's the fun, I feel like. It's like gambling almost. Like, will I love this book or will I not love it? Like, I love expect the unexpected, Big Brother style, but with my books. Roll 5. 7 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I like that I landed on these back to back and I'm back on blue or green cover. This one does have me excited because I picked up the perfect book literally just the other day for this. I am preaching that it is a dystopian summer. I am in love with dystopian romance. I always have been since I was a child. And the second I saw people on Instagram and TikTok talking about this book, I knew I had to have it. Like, I knew it. I knew it right away. It's Because I Killed Him by Edith Bird. Now, this looks like a chunker of a story, so that does kind of scare me. But people are saying, like, this is the dystopian to end all dystopian. Like, it's so incredible. And so I have to read it, especially after last month when I read Beneath and it absolutely destroyed me. This has to be a new favorite, right? I know this is set in, like, old school times, but with, like, modern day technology. Like, there's, like, AI and stuff like that, which sounds really cool. In a civilized world, everyone is rich, yet money doesn't buy safety. It only buys a gold coffin. The real currency is having the right allies. Low citizens survive by joining high citizens' exclusive inner circles, trading loyalty for protection from laws that govern speech, dress, and posture, and punish mistakes with public beheadings. Low citizen Lordana Walston already knows the cost of breaking the rules. Once a rising fencing prodigy, she lost the right to carry weapons after killing a high citizen in a brutal locker room attack. The courts erased his death to preserve his family's honor. Now she's unarmed, legally defenseless, and enrolled at the elite Grandmaster University, where champagne spills into the gutters and reputations are built on death duels. When Lordana's father, a low citizen politician, publicly challenges the high citizens, she becomes a target. Some classmates demand her execution. Others hunt her for sport. And by law, she's forbidden to fight back. Her only chance of survival lies with Edmund Prue, a charming yet ruthless high citizen student she's been warned against. Edmund's family has been locked in a bitter feud with Lordana's for years, and he wants nothing to do with her until a lost bet forces him to protect her within his inner circle. What begins as a scandalous strategic alliance turns perilous as they fall for each other. Because the man Lordana killed wasn't just a high citizen, he was Edmund's cousin. Loving Edmund means living a lie. Telling the truth means certain death. That sounds good. That sounds really good. That's the first time I've actually read the synopsis. I've really just been going off the vibes I've been hearing online. And I love the like forced proximity protection. I feel like we get that a lot in like Fourth Wing too, with him having to protect her because their dragons are bonded, you know? I feel like Bodyguard tends to do that really well. Marriage of Convenience is just another way to do forced proximity that really works for me, and I think it's gonna be good. It's kind of like fake dating in a way. It's just like, I don't know, it all is just like forcing them to hang out and then they fall for each other, and I think it's going to be incredible. And then on top of that, I think we're gonna have some really strong commentary, just like dystopian always does. I need to get to this. I really need to. It sounds so good. Oh my god, that had me so excited. Roll 6, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This means that the book came out last year. Quite simple. Published in the year before we are in. I have a Patreon poll every single month for one of the books I read, and this is the one I decided to give them this month. On the poll, they got Warrior Princess Assassin, The Rose Bargain, Soul Searching, and The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy. These were all books that I was excited about but nervous about, which is why I've waited a year to get to them. So I kind of thought it was interesting because like nothing was really like calling to me either way, but I always felt like these could be ones that I loved or hated. And so I'm excited to see what they pick. Turns out they picked Warrior Assassin Princess. That actually might be out of order. It is. I have the book here. Warrior Princess Assassin by Bridget Kemmerer. This is a poly romance, which has me excited. I love wide shoes, specifically when the men are also together. So I don't want just a regular wide shoes. I really want a poly romance. I've heard good things about this author in the past, and then I feel like I've heard so things about this book. Some people love it, some people don't. I used to know what the synopsis was on this, but I don't think I really do anymore. I know we have the 3 POVs. I know there is an arranged marriage in this, I think, which I love. And then I think he's a guard, which I also love. It feels like a lot of ways to get forced proximity into a story. This is again a Fairy Loot edition that I think is literally gorgeous, and I'm excited to read it. Hopefully I love it. This is one that's been on my TBR for a bit now that I'm excited to try. Like, I'm very much interested in this one, but I feel like I've needed the push, so this was a good time to get that push to read it. And let's hope for our last roll. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is like the creature prompt. It means that there's gods in the story in some way. They take up a big portion of the storytelling. And for this, I'm just going to put the next Cassandra Clare book on. I'm currently reading Clockwork Prince right now. And so it could be Clockwork Princess, or it could be the first book in the series that comes after this. I think The Dark Artifices, just depending how far I get this week with my reading, because I could see myself continuing on to Clockwork Princess right away. The Infernal Devices has not been my favorite series, but I'm still excited to continue on in this world that is the Shadowhunter universe. I feel like gods always come up to play in these stories. There's always something about them, since it is very angels and demons and stuff like that in this world. I'm on a Cassandra Clare journey. I'm trying to binge my way through all of her stuff, and it is really much working for me because I am enjoying them, even though this isn't my favorite one of them. I loved the Mortal Instruments series so much, so I'm just like excited to get back into this world, and I don't want to commit to putting one book specifically because I might not make it to The Dark Artifices, but I do want to get to that one as soon as possible, so that would probably be the one I would put on this, but I might just make it to Clockwork Princess, and that's fine with me. As long as I read one Cassandra Clare book this month, I will be happy. Now there's 2 books in front of me that I didn't end up putting on the TBR that I need to get to or want to get to. The first one is my book club book for the month of June. Mel and me run a Patreon book club together. And for June, we are reading Stormbreaker by Nisha J. Tooley. This is another dystopian romance. This is a YA dystopian romance. This just came out, so I shouldn't say I've heard good things about it, but the synopsis just sounds incredible, and I'm excited to read this, and I'm really excited to read it with a book club, and I hope we all love it because dystopian has just good vibes, you know? As I said, it's a dystopian summer. I know she's in an academy, I know she's a secret, I know she is an heir in an arranged marriage. I know there's a lot at stake for her, and I'm very excited to dive into this one. And another one I'm really wanting to get to is The Dark Lights Guide to Dating and Other War Crimes. I've heard really good things about this. I was gifted this by the publisher, and I'm super intrigued. For some reason, this has been calling my name recently. The warmer it gets, the more I want to read this, and I don't understand how those correlate, but for somehow, every time I'm out in the sun, I'm like, I should pick this book up. Do you ever get that where just like a vibe that the weather is giving you makes you want to pick up a certain type of story? And I feel like this is just going to be a fun time sitting out by the lake or in my patio and just like enjoying the weather and like having a giggly, screaming good time with this book. That's just kind of the vibes I'm feeling with it. So I'd love to get to that. And then of course, it's Tarot Readathon. And so we do need to pull some cards. You do not need a tarot deck to participate in this. You can just pull cards using an online generator, which they have linked in all their announcement videos and stuff. I happen to have this cat deck that I bought last year. All of the cards have cute little cats on them, and I'm always excited to see the cats every single time I pull. And essentially what happens is each card has a prompt, and so when you pull a card, there is a prompt associated with it and you read for that prompt and you get points. There's a couple other ways to get points, but my main way I tend to participate is just with pulling cards. I will be doing a Tarot Readathon reading vlog where tarot cards pick my reads for the week. And so I just wanted to maybe pull like maybe my first 2 cards with you guys, just to get the month rolling, you know? I'm very excited. I love this readathon. I think it's so good for mood readers because specifically the way I do it, I tend to pull multiple cards at once. I'll pull 2 or 3 cards. I can kind of plan my reads a little bit more for the cards, but I'm also pulling as I go. So it's like I have time to pick what I want to read and like mood read, but I also have a decent amount of direction. Last year I did like daily readings for extra points too. There's so many fun things. I'm really excited for this readathon. I'll leave the announcement video down below. Okay, what should we pick? I think we go for this one and this one. We got the 10 of Cups and the 2 of Pentacles. And so now I just need to look up what these prompts are. Okay, the 2 of Pentacles is to read a book where the character faces a big decision. And then the 10 of Cups is to read a book featuring found family, belonging, or strong community. Personally, I think pretty much every book I put on my TBR will probably work for one of these. I'm not going to specifically pick a book and like shove a book into this and be like, I have to read that for this, because I want to leave it open to like what I'm reading throughout the month. I want to get these off pretty quickly. So I'm gonna let myself like mood read in that vlog and you'll see what I pick for these in the vlog, because I do think they'd fit for so many of these. But I'm very, very excited to participate this month. I know I will also have a lot of work cut out for me because I am working on my summer reading challenge. I've created one for the past 2 years and I have an idea for this year. I need to get that out. It'll probably be more for like July and August, but there is a potential that it'll come a little bit early and we can work on it in June together. And then I'm not participating in the Amazing Readathon this year. It just didn't want to overload my brain as I come out of burnout, and I didn't want to have to like force myself to race to read books, but I do want to leave the announcement for that. This is created by Brie from 4 Paws and a Book. She is a lovely friend of mine and the readathon is incredible, so make sure to check it out if you are a readathon lover or a readathon junkie. Both of these readathons are some of my favorites on BookTube, so check them both down in the description bar below. And then I will also have the summer reading challenge as soon as it's out, linked down below as well, in case you stumble on this a little bit later and that is out. But other than that, I think that's my TBR for the month and I'm excited. It feels like there's a lot of books on my radar. I feel like there's more things I want to read than just what I have in front of me, and that's a good feeling. That's a really good feeling. If you made it all the way to the end of this video and you'd like to leave me an emoji just to say you were here, leave me a cat. I'll leave some other videos on the screen for you to check out if you want to continue hanging out with me, and I hope you have an absolutely remarkable day.